Hey everybody, welcome to the Smartsistah show, and this is the life segment that I do for every show. And I guess I just want to talk a little bit about being more positive. I did that last week, but I want to take it even a little further this week in the sense of meditation. I started using this app called Calm, and they're not paying me, so I wish y'all would though. But I got a subscription to that, and it has helped me tremendously. In order to take a few minutes in the morning, it helps you meditate. It gives you a special message for the day and like a quote you can share in your social media or whatever. And I have been helped tremendously because sometimes when your brain is going 90 miles an hour, like we know most of us do, you got all this news coming at you. You got negativity coming at you. You got crazy ass people at your job, at school, in your family, whatever. Craziness. Well, it comes a point where you're going to have to learn to take some time, and these last like 10 minutes, where you can just breathe deeply, get in touch with your breath, get in touch with your life force, and calm yourself down and be able to focus your day. Now, most people do it first thing in the morning. I'm running crazy every day and early in the morning. So what I tend to do is do mine right before I go to sleep, because that's the other thing. If you don't sleep well, which I don't a lot of times, like I said, my brain is going a million miles a minute. I use that time at night right prior to me going to sleep to meditate and slow everything down and clear my brain. Now, it was really hard at first to be able to clear my thinking, because your mind starts, you're meditating, but then your mind starts thinking about, okay, what am I going to do tomorrow? What am I eating for breakfast? Yeah, and well, y'all know I like eating. To be able to focus your brain and to clear your thoughts and to be able to really just listen to your own breath and to really be able to go in and deal accordingly is difficult. I mean, I've been doing this for a few months, and it's taken me this long to really be able to start clearing my mind. And your mind still is going to wander some, but nowhere near as much as it did when I first started. So, practice makes perfect. So I'm hoping by the end of the year, I'll really be able to totally silence all those thoughts and focus and be able to get myself together. And I just saw something in the news today where they said meditation helps your brain to grow new cells. And Lord knows some of us some of our brain cells, honey, need to be gotten rid of. But Lord, if it can help them grow some new ones, we need it. I know I do. I'll talk about myself first. That is something that's important, that we've really got to be able to clear your mind and your spirit. And then it just has helped me tremendously to be able to focus on what I'm doing, to focus on more positive things, because it's so easy to, la 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 la, be more positive. Well, we all know that's some bullshit. Everybody can't just do that. Okay? So you have to learn to put yourself in that space and be able to do what you got to do. So I would suggest going there. It's called Calm, or just anything. Get a book, read an article, get a YouTube video on how to meditate and do it and really free your mind, because and your ass will follow, as we used to say. But that's what's needed in order to really focus on the right things in your life and get some priorities and feel accomplished and feel like you're getting things done. And that's what makes me feel 9,000 times better, is when I know I'm on my square and I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing and helping other folks. And because that's what this podcast is for, that's what my YouTube channel is for. I really want to be able to help people and help you get through this, because we're going through some tough ass times right about now. Okay, so like I said, check it out. Go look for anything in terms of meditation. And this is nothing satanic for all y'all really crazy folks out there. This is just listening to your own body's breath and getting in tune. If anything, you need to use this while you pray to get in touch with your creator or with a higher power or whatever you want to call them, because without the creator, you wouldn't have a breath. Okay, so use it, get in tune, get yourself together, get positive, and let's work together and love each other and help each other, okay? So that's it for this segment on life, and I thank you guys for coming through, and stay tuned. Can y'all believe that a 6-year-old black girl down in Orlando, Florida, was handcuffed, arrested, and taken to a detention center before from a school resources officer? Now, let's just get real about this, people. This is just beyond the pale in the sense that 6-year-olds do what 6-year-olds do. The grandmother, who is her caretaker, says that she had sleep apnea, and so she doesn't sleep well. So I guess she had a little tantrum at school the next day, and she kicked someone. Well, how many times does that happen every day with 6-year-olds? Let's be real. And unfortunately, though, this particular school, their officer arrested her like a damn adult. Now, my problem with this is, first of all, this officer has a history of abusing his own kid, tasering people. He's an ex-cop, so that lets you know he got an issue right there with his own background. But then my thing is, I want to know, where were the administrators of the school? Even if they called her in, or the teacher did, or called the resource cop in, where were the administrators when he's perp walking a fucking 6-year-old? Okay, what kind of shit is that? And so though his ass is guilty, he's not guilty by himself. And that's my problem, is where were the school administrators? What the hell is going on? The cops ended up saying, I think they called the grandmother before they took the child to the detention center, and for her, I guess, to come pick her up. And then also, she's got to still appear in court. And they said if they don't appear in court, there will be a warrant for her arrest. Now, I just don't know what to say about this one. And I bet you little Becky, this would never happen to. We all know that black kids are held accountable way more severely than other children. And don't get me wrong, schools need some of these resource officers because, let's face it, we got some off the chain damn kids, and you need somebody there to protect the other kids that are trying to get their education. Now, in that sense, I don't have a problem, but they need to be trained properly. There needs to be enough of them around. And I'd be damned if a 6-year-old needs to be arrested. Now, a teenager, okay, they off the chain. But 6-year-olds, are you serious? You know, see, this is some more racial ass bullshit that black people have to endure, that has got to stop. Whoever at that school system, they need to go back, look at how these officers are chosen in the first place, because this asshole should have never been in a school anyway if he abused his own damn kid. Next off, what is the training? What is procedure? Whatever, because the police and the prosecutor in Orlando were so-called appalled and said that this never should have happened, but it did. And see, that's what I'm tired of. It always happens to us. So somebody parents in the Orlando area, you all need to get together and get back to that school and find out what the hell is going on. And it's a charter school. So hopefully you would have a little more say, though a charter school is still a damn public school. Okay? But what are we going to keep putting up with? A child, a 6-year-old, cuffed, put in the back seat of a police car? We are failing our kids, people. And you wonder why they don't grow up and respect your ass. Because if we old baby boomers like myself or other parents that are a little bit younger are allowing this bullshit, what is going to stop? What, is she going to get sent to San Quentin? Okay, we got to find some solutions. And like I said, to me, the school administration needs to be held accountable. How they hire these resource officers and what the criteria is for the resource officers. I would think instead of just being ex-cops, they need to have some kind of, especially in a grade school, early childhood education, something where they are trained properly, because hell, regular police ain't trained properly to deal with people. Okay, a lot of them are insane in the membrane as well. So all of this goes back to accountability and training. That's what all of it's going to have to deal with, and we need to deal with all of it. Be officers in school, be they officers in the city. Okay, all of them need to be held accountable, and all of them need to receive the proper training, because this is beyond ridiculous, and I'm sick of hearing about shit like this. So what are we gonna do, people? What are we gonna do? So that's the end for this race segment. That's about all I can deal with today, because I am just full to see that little girl upset, crying, to see her grandmother upset. Could you imagine if your own child got handcuffed and thrown in the back of a car at 6? Okay, I'm done. See y'all in the next one. Welcome everybody to the Smartsistah show, and this is my politics segment. And I guess really it's so much to talk about it, especially what's going on now. Hopefully 45's ass and all his Trump pansies will get theirs this week. We shall see. But anyway, I wanted to talk a little bit more about Bernie Sanders and how he is being dissed already. I just saw something yesterday where he was in Iowa at this event, and the MSNBC, yes you, left his picture totally off the grid, in the sense as if he wasn't there, and he was. Now, if we don't start, my whole background was journalism. That's where I went to Marquette University Journalism School, and my advisor in college was George Reedy, who was the press secretary for President Johnson. So you're not talking to listening to a punk that doesn't know what they're talking about. I know what I'm talking about. And the fact of the matter is, the news, the whole media that we have today is a fucking cartoon. It's a cartoon. When I go back a million years ago when I was in school, but what we were taught as journalists and what we were taught to do, all of this nonsense that's going on now is just a travesty. There's not even a semblance of trying to be fair and balanced. Let's be real. Okay, all of these corporately owned news outlets all have an agenda, and they're told what the hell to do. And all of their people, most of them, are about building their own careers and making a name for themselves. And you don't have real reporters much anymore. They're just out here, to do a damn blog. That's some personal shit. And even the so-called big ones that, and I won't really say their names, that's supposed to be fair and balanced. Half of their shit is raggedy too. Okay, so that's why you're going to have to start being able to read and critically think and look at what's going on to understand how you have been bamboozled for the longest time. That's another reason I got out of it. I was a newspaper reporter. When I saw some of the BS going on and how stuff is slanted, I couldn't do it because it just went against everything that I was taught. And now you need to look at 2 or 3 things. You need to look at papers or Al Jazeera, BBC, whatever, outside of this country, so you can get a little better view of what is going on. And when I look at something like that, as blatant as that they're doing to Bernie Sanders, it's like we're in the same playbook as we were the last time. They know damn well he's really the front runner. You can put Biden's bloody-eyed ass up there all you want. He's just an idiot, and he's racist as hell. And y'all need to understand that, especially black people. Okay, why you still supporting this man? I don't know. Because the only reason they had him run with Obama was to be the little dog whistle, the little let white folks know, no, this Negro ain't gonna run everything. Now we got our good boy here. Okay. You need to admit that shit. Okay? In terms of Elizabeth Warren, she's a fake and a fraud. Ever since she did that crap about being part Native, and then you gotta walk it back or whatever, and she's used that to be getting her career, her academic career off the ground. Okay? Being a minority is just appalling. She's a liar, and she's fake as far as I'm concerned, because every damn thing she's talking about is what Bernie was talking about. You couldn't support him the last time, but you can take his shit. And they talking about ideas, and she has ideas. Well, fuck an idea. How are you going to implement it? How are you going to execute? How are you going to make shit happen? And the one thing, like I keep saying about Bernie, you can't take from him. He's been saying the same shit for decades, and you don't have to worry about him not following through. She doesn't follow through. She wishy-washy. So how all of y'all are so impressed with her Pocahontas ass, and I'm going to go ahead and say it. And I love Native people. Hell, I'm part Native myself. But that doesn't mean that I'm not saying it has for them. I'm saying it for her fake ass. Okay? Just the fact that she did that shit alone is enough for me. And she's not a fighter. She's going to go wherever the wind blows. And my thing is, how in the hell are you not taking corporate money now, but you said you will take it during the election? Now, what does that say? What does that really say? If you're not going to take it, don't take it. Why you going to not take it now, but then take it then? What does that tell you? That's some bullshit. And why y'all people keep falling for it, okie doke, I don't know. And we already know all the rest of them that's running ain't got a prayer. And I'm glad Tulsi qualified for the next one, because she ain't gonna win, but she sure in the hell can keep everybody honest. And that's what I like, because you see, she tore into Kamala's ass and told the truth. She didn't lie on that woman. Did Kamala refute not any one thing she said? All she did was talk about Tulsi herself personally. She did not refute anything, because she can't. The proof is in the pudding. Okay? So, Cory Booker, all the rest of y'all need to go sit your ass down. Okay? Get out the race. Let us choose who we want, and not let the DNC tell us who we should go for, because they don't want Bernie, anybody but Bernie. They hate Bernie, but that's the reason why then I like them, because anytime the system don't like a damn person, that's who I'm going to be for, because obviously he's bucking some shit. Now, we all know, like I said, all this damn political stuff, you can take with a grain of salt, but sometimes the real truth can come through, and sometimes you can get some shit done. And if we all would just get out there and do what we gotta do, okay? So many people in power are so hoping that you don't, that they would lose it, split a gut, if enough people started coming out and voting and taking their asses by surprise. And that's really what we need to do. After that, fuck it. If you don't want to vote no more for the rest of your life, whatever. But I think this time we need to show what the hell can be done and bust some shit up. Now that's just how I feel. And because I'm going to be through. If we keep going through this shit, Bernie ass ought to go independent and fuck them all. Because that's all they going to do is try to keep messing with him anyway. But like I said, we need to, I'll go on with it right now. But we need to go ahead and just bust them out the frame in terms of voting and see what happens. And then leave the shit alone if we don't get the results we want. Because black people especially, how long you gonna keep voting for a damn Democrat, and not get shit, and then keep thinking you loyal because our ancestors fought for us to vote? Yeah, they fought for us to vote because they believed in the system and they were trying to do what's right. But trust me, the ancestors are watching. And if they knew, well, they do, I think, see the bullshit, they wouldn't expect you to keep being stupid. Because that's not what they fought and died for. So use your damn brain. Start reading. Get your shit together. And let's make some real change, some real revolution. So that is it for the political section. And this is the end of this podcast. And I thank you. I need your support. I need you to go and subscribe to my station and to subscribe to my podcast and listen. And let's keep moving forward, people. Take care. Thank you for coming by the show today. And I really appreciate your support. I really hope I'm able to reach you and help you and give you some information or whatever. Or even if I piss you off, that is the point. At least you're thinking, you're feeling something. And that's exactly what I want the audience that follows me to do. I want you to feel and I want you to think. So thanks again for stopping by. The show now is on iTunes and Stitcher. It should be coming to Google Play and Spotify very soon. So please go there and give me a comment or a like or subscribe. And next month I'm going to do some type of promotion for everybody that leaves a review or whatever of the show on any of those venues. So please keep me in mind also to give any type of donation that you can afford. It takes time, it takes money, it takes everything to make this show possible, and I really want to keep it going for us so I can continue to be independent voice that we need out here in this world today. So you can go to my website, smartsistah.com, and there's a link to my Patreon page, or you can go directly to Patreon. That's patreon.com/smartsistah, and you will find my page. And as I said, always feel free to give me any ideas for shows or any topic you'd like for me to address by emailing me at smartsistah@gmail.com. So anyway, thanks again, and I will see you next week. And remember, know thyself. Have a good one.